Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just going to show you that quick little kind of lo-fi house beat I made there. So just, yeah, it's this first group here, I've got the low end, so that's housing again the kick drum and the bass. So this kick is just a bog standard 909 sample. Yeah, I filtered out some of that high end hiss you hear in the original sample. Also just put the MS2 filter on with a slight bit of drive there just to give it a bit more power. And then yeah, after that I've just got again an EQ8 carving out some of that unnecessary low end there, a slight boost in the low end here with this second band. And I'm just carving out some of that unnecessary frequency there to fit more of the bass synthesizer in the mix. And then at the end of the chain I've just got this saturator here on the soft sine setting. Another process in there really. I find that when you just change that setting there, it gives it a bit more power, again a bit more oomph to the kick. And then so moving on, the Diva synth. So for this sound I'm just using the if you go to the templates and then select this Instupid A setting, and then just to process this I've just brought down some of the cutoff frequency here. And then just assign this second envelope to the cutoff here, just to let that some of those higher frequencies cut through as soon as the synth is played. Again, I'm using this dual oscillator setting here as well. The first oscillator, it's two octaves below the second, and I've just got that first oscillator mixed in slightly as well. Okay, and then so for processing after that, again, just I've got an EQ8 cutting out that low end again, slight little boost here in the sweet spot, and then I've got a compressor after that, just tightening it up really, and then another compressor after that, side chaining it to the kick drum, and then a saturator placed after that, just to again give it a bit more grit and dirt and make it cut through the mix more, bit of drive added as well. Okay, and then on the group setting I've just got another overall EQ8, so I've grouped these two together, and then just a compressor there at the end, just slightly just to glue the kick and the bass together. Okay, so just to show the notes I'm playing as well, it's just a little easy A minor bass line really, nothing too serious going on there. A, C, B, yeah, they're the only three notes I've used in this. Okay, and then so we go to the top section next. Okay, so we've got this first hi-hat here. So now this is a drum rack, and yeah, I'm using 4 samples in this. So we've got this clap, open hi-hat, the same sample with just I've just brought down the sustain and decay just to give it a more closed sound, and then I've got this little clave. Yeah, so again, pretty basic stuff there really. And then, yeah, I'm not really using that reverb, I'm not sure why that's there to be honest, so I'll get rid of that. Okay, so next, I've got some reverb assigned to the actual return track here on this reverb return. Okay, and then so for the ride, okay, so I'm using this just 707 standard ride here. You can see that I've actually grouped, this is in a group, so I've got 2 actual ride samples here. It's just duplicated basically, and I've just panned one to the left and one to the right, and I've also just adjusted the start position of this second sample. Just get a nice interesting stereo kind of sound with that. And then yeah, just another EQ8 cutting out all these lows again, and the compressor just side chaining it to the kick drum, just to get that pump in sort of effect going. And then in this final part, okay, so how I made this was I originally had a drum rack, so that was actually this. So I made the drum rack, I actually sliced up this percussion loop, and then yeah, just put random note. And then the next step here was to record this to an audio track. So for example, if I show you, we have this audio here, and we'll take the sound from that number 13. And then if we set this to record, so once you have that recording, you can go and adjust the loop size. We'll do 1 bar for now, and then you can mess around with this however you want really. So you know, you can so yeah, I mean, in this you can see I've got a groove setting on here as well, a groove pull, just to give it a bit more swing to fit with the actual track. So that's how I made this little glitch pattern here. You can see I've just recorded that in, dropped it down 4 semitones, and also just brought this down so the transients are playing. Yeah, I think that sounds quite cool. Just delete that track for now. Okay, yep, so all together the top sound like this. Okay, so in this group chain, I've just got, again, another EQ8 cutting out these low ends. Again, a bit of compression just to glue all the sounds together really. And then, yeah, I also have this effect rack here, which is housing an amp. So I've got one holding an amp, and the others are just a clean chain. So just got the amp on the clean setting. I've mixed that in slightly in the effect rack here, so just gives it a bit more brightness, I suppose. So you can see there's a big difference there when you turn the amp chain on. I've also got another effect rack after that, playing with the Camel Crusher plugin. Again, I used this in my last video. So yeah, I've got it on this British clean set, and I think that just gives it a bit more distortion to the sound. Again, just gives a bit more brightness to those that top loop really. And then again, just have a compressor after that, just to tighten up the sound really. And then I have this pad setting, this pad track after this. Okay, so to show you how I made this pad, let me go to the arrangement view. If I just add another MIDI track for now, so we'll just get, you can get any synth here really, so we'll go for the operator. I'll just put an arpeggiator on that as well, so MIDI track. Set it to 16ths. Okay, so if I just put in a quick little MIDI clip here. Just do an A minor, this song is an A minor, so just put an A minor chord in there. And then we'll add another audio track. So I just want to put a reverb on the end of this as well, because we're going to capture the reverb tail of this synthesizer. So I'll show you what I mean there. We just get the reverb. Okay. Take off that high end cut. Right. Okay, so if we increase the decay time on this, Now we want to capture this reverb tail. So if we set this to take the input from 16 operator, we'll hum that to record. So okay, so what I did there is I captured the reverb tail by pressing this freeze button on the reverb plugin, and then that just makes the reverb basically, it holds the effect forever, so you can capture it and record it. So now I will take part of this, if we just consolidate this, consolidate that tail there, and then we can place this into a new MIDI track. I can delete these two now. I just want that tail really. So now and then we can also duplicate this and put it octave lower maybe. So that was the technique I used to make this pad sound here. I just used, it was actually a string sample I used in the end, and just used the reverb tail of the strings. But yeah, that's how I came up with this. Okay, and then on the end, so for the chain, I've just put some ping pong delay, and then again a bit of reverb just to give it more space, and then just got this EQ8 cutting out that low end, which we don't need, and then a final just compressor side chaining that to the kick drum. Okay, so next we have this bell. Again, that's just the operator synth. I think this is a preset within Ableton, and I've just put a bit of echo at the end just to give it a bit of delay. Did a bit of auto pan to give it more space in the mix, and then just cutting out those extreme highs there, which were piercing in the mix. So nothing special going on there at all, really. Then got another sample here, this chord stab. So yeah, this is just straight from a sample pack really. Bit of ping pong delay again, and the EQ cutting out the low end stuff. So here's how that all sounds together so far. Okay, so in this last Diva track here, I've just got a arpeggio running, just loading the background really. You can see I've just put, this is just again another basic A minor chord. I've duplicated some of these notes as well and played some an octave higher as well, so nothing special going on there. Again, a bit of ping pong delay after that, just to show you the settings in Diva. I think this is just a preset, nothing, yeah, didn't make this myself, it takes too much time. And then I've got an EQ8 cutting out some of those low ends again, and again just another auto filter cutting out those extreme highs. And then, as I've done in previous videos, just got that vinyl crackle running in the background, just to give it a bit more of that vintage feel. So yeah, that's it really. But yeah, that's basically just a quick overview of that little house beat I've made. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you got something out of it. And yeah, see you next time. Thanks, guys.